I did my pro debut at the Dexter Jackson Classic. I was in Jacksonville, Florida, and I was nervous as hell, didn't know what to expect, and I ended up winning my pro debut, which instantly qualified me for the Olympia in my very first year.
Wow, what a meteoric rise. So you go to Olympia.
And that was the first time I had a rude awakening because pretty much every show my entire career, I was either winning or I was, placing first or second. And it wasn't until I got to that show where it was obviously the best of the best. And I was just a nervous wreck. I haven't been so nervous in my life, and I just couldn't eat. I couldn't get a pump.
You were probably in a state of shock to see
how
big guys looked, even at that weight.
Absolutely. I mean, it was really big guys. The king of the 202 back then was Kevin English.
Well, how come? Kevin 5'5"?
He was like 5'5", probably maybe 5'4", and barely making weight.
All of a sudden, before you were one of the shorter guys in your class. Now you're one of the tallest guys in the class.
Yeah, I had guys like Jose Raymond call me basketball player. I was the tallest in the class.
Yeah, well, there were some great bodybuilders in there.
So we stuck it out in the 202 division. I did pretty well with that. That was a good way for me. But years down the line, I won another show, qualified again for the Olympia, and then the federation decided they wanted to change it up again, and they moved the scale from 202 to 212.
Which I liked, but you didn't.
Yeah, I didn't like that one because my 212 was like my off-season weight. I was a hard gainer, so but it I did well. I won the Detroit Pro. Qualified for the Olympia again, and competed in the Olympia twice in the 212 division. I took 7th twice, which was a lot better. But it just got to the point where I just didn't, you come to the realization that I can only be so big. I can only take so many drugs. I can only eat so much chicken, train so hard. It just comes to the realization, I was standing backstage, standing in line behind Flex Lewis. And I just remember looking at him from behind. I was looking at his calves. I was looking at his waist, his back, his forearms. And I was just like, my God, this guy does not look normal. I mean, his calves were like diamonds and the forearms looked just like the calves. And I'm just like thinking, there's no way in hell, like none of us in this line can match up with that. And it just came to realization that, the last defining part that makes these guys winners is the genetic potential. And, I had amazing genetics, but to win the Olympia, you got to have exceptional genetics, the genetics that fit the profile that they're looking for bodybuilding. And he had that. I don't care if I inject synthol all over or I take, 20 IUs of HGH a day, it's not going to happen.